Hi there, my name is Shay Davidson, and I'm applying for the Spring 2016 To Write Love on Her Arms internship. I would say community is a support system. It's a group of people walking this road together, doing life together, sharing their struggles and also their successes. I think a healthy community looks like a web, if we're going for a visual. It's haphazard often, it's always imperfect, but it's in complete harmony. Sometimes I find myself with this idealized version of what living in community looks like, that it's some perfect, magic, beautiful little thing. And it absolutely is, all of those things. But it's also messy and it's hard. It involves difficult conversations. And more than anything, I think living in community is in the day to day. I think it's in choosing to do something that isn't as comfortable for you or maybe isn't as easy or as safe, but doing it because it's worth it, because it allows us to live and love each other better. I've always been somebody that people come to. I'm naturally empathetic and compassionate, and as a Buddhist, I work on growing my compassion. I have personally struggled with some of these issues, so I feel like I can kind of get on the ground floor with people and meet them where they're at a little bit. I foster these kind of conversations in my community. I talk about this stuff on the regular. I have some technical training and education with mental health, especially with addiction and recovery. But more than any of that, I have a massive passion and a massive desire to do this work. I want to serve, I want to give back, I want to help people. And I think that in a lot of ways is more important than any qualities or qualifications that I could get. Is a man called Daniel Berrigan. He's a social and political peace activist. He's also a priest and a poet. He's known most for his protest against the Vietnam War in the 60s. He stands up for what he believes in, for what he knows is right. He risks his life for it. He risks his freedom for it. He doesn't let anything stop him. He's currently 94 and he's still an activist. He's still doing this work. I hope I influence others with my honesty and openness. Those are things that don't come naturally to me. They're not easy for me to do, but I work really hard at cultivating and maintaining those qualities in my life. Mental health, obviously, is a big passion of mine, eliminating the stigma around illness and more effective treatment. I have a lot of passion for human equality and animal equality, but one of my biggest ones is religion. I love studying about religion. I love talking to people about religion as a whole and about their particular faiths. I think that it's one of the best ways to learn about people and to really understand them. To so many, this is the most important aspect of their life. It guides every action that they take, and I think there's something so beautiful and so powerful about that. But one that sticks out for me was at a Q&A actually with Jamie Twarkowski after a MOVE conference several years ago. I asked him how he kept living in community when he was so far from his people. And in response, he asked me the same question. I immediately spouted off something about how I had this great group of friends that I could call at 3 a.m. if I needed. And he just looked at me and said, "Yeah, but do you?" It was a total game changer for me. This idea of living in community was and is something so important to me, something I really resonate with, and something that I advocate. And how is it that I wasn't living it? But luckily, not too long afterwards, I got an opportunity to sort of walk my talk. I was having some trouble, and I texted one of my friends. She met up with me and talked for hours about depression and about that feeling of teetering on the edge of it and a fear of falling into old habits. We talked about how we keep ourselves healthy and healing. It was really hard and it was really, really scary, but it was absolutely worth it. I am a tea fanatic. I currently have about 40 different types of tea in my tea cabinet. I'm a Ravenclaw and an INFP personality type. I am an excellent lip syncer. It is a sneaky gift of mine. I once road tripped over 3,000 miles for a music festival. And when I was a little girl, I thought that the moon followed me around at night and watched over me, especially on road trips, like it was my personal protector guardian. I still kind of think that this is true.